to come in this great First 15 rivalry in Auckland. Way with an inside ball, they're going to open with a try to Penny. They lose their footing and now the chase is on. Now Fahu, second try for Auckland Grammar. Tuawa under the left-hand side. Murray with a late inside ball. Perfectly done. Chicago Dog runs in. Passes down to Leotawa. Down the left edge. King's College. Early ball for Penny. Penny spins around. Yes, he does. Penny.
King's College versus Auckland Grammar. The pinnacle of high school sport in New Zealand. Not only is this the most important day of the year for the players, but this rivalry means so much to family, friends, and supporters.
You'll be my pleasure.
Yo, what is going on, guys? My name is NZ Rookie and welcome back to what is another video. Now, I have had a few requests to make this video from a couple of you, particularly from obviously Auckland Grammar. And I also wanted to make this video because I thought it would be cool to share with you guys this crazy experience, arguably the best day of my life, but from a player's perspective. Because often you see stuff on TV, you see stuff from an outsider's perspective, but I thought it would be cool to share some personal experience and hopefully you guys can gain some insight living vicariously through my experience as a player. So we're gonna start off in chronological order with the morning of June 26th, aka the morning of King's Grammar. Now obviously, as you guys can imagine, this being one of the fixtures of high school, well, of my high school sport experience, the nerves were in fact tingly. Right, my spidey senses were tingling, everything was going off, and for me, obviously this was my first year in the First 15. There essentially had been 5 years of build-up to this game, and luckily for me, this fixture fell on my final year of high school, and we were playing at home. Obviously it alternates between Kings and Grammar every year, but luckily the odds were in my favour and we got to play on the #1 field at home at Grammar. So of course the morning of, I wanted to get there nice and early, as my dad would say, soak in the atmosphere, just get used to the actual scale, see what the ground's looking like for the first time, because they put up stands for the amount of supporters that are going to be there. Obviously loads of the boys and my team were rolling in as well. We were just having some good chats, some good yarns in the changing rooms before. Cullen, who is our 10, brought his massive speaker, so we were listening to some tunes, listening to some 50 Cent.
Joy wouldn't feel so good if it wasn't for pain. Death gotta be easy.
Just trying to relax and not let the nerves get the best of us. Also, something that was super important was to not change any of our normal game routines just because it was a special fixture. We wanted to ensure we were doing the same things we would normally do for any game, i.e. eating at the same time, like for me, having a big breakfast, that sort of thing. Warm-up begins and supporters from both sides start rolling through. Obviously, the sound of the mighty Augusta Army is something to behold. Hearing that we're warming up gives you some serious motivation, and obviously as the Kings supporters roll up, they're giving you a bit of grief, a bit of slander from the sidelines, but it's all good. It's all on the love for the game. And walking back into the changing rooms just before kickoff, I can tell you right now, mate, there is no feeling like it. I felt like a freaking superhero. Just like that, it was time for the game to begin. So both teams walk out, feeling obviously nervous, but most importantly excited. For me, when I get into that environment, when I see the crowd, it's excitement, it's confidence, it's taking everything with practice, putting it into play, and most importantly, because I only get to experience this once, enjoying the whole experience. As tradition, both schools do a haka. We face off against the opposition, and I'll play exactly what the commentator said about New Zealand rugby, because this, for me, just reigns true. I think it's a terrific sentiment to why rugby is so strong in New Zealand.
What's the key to New Zealand rugby? He showed them a school First 15 haka, and he said that's what it is.
Anyway, after iron out the other team, it's freaking kickoff time. Let's go. Now going into this game, we were massive underdogs. We had lost 3 of our 4 games. However, we did just come off a win. Kings, of course, had won all 4 of their games, so we were going into this massive underdogs. However, we took them by surprise early, grabbed the ball by the horns, scoring an early try through Josh Penny, our fullback.
Gray with an inside ball, they're going to open with a try to Penny.
Absolute magician he is, mate. He's a wizard with the feet. And then Joel scored an absolute disgusting try. I don't know how he did this. Not only is he quick as lightning, but he's got the ball control skills of Lana Rhodes.
They lose their footing and now the chase is on. Now Fahu, second try for Auckland Grammar.
And we get an early lead of 14-0 up. I think basically shocking the whole of the Kings side. But the general chat within the team was, boys, it's 0-0. These guys, they know what they're doing. They've come back from worse. Let's frickin' play like we got no points on the scoreboard. And Kings, obviously, as Kings do, you give them a bit of space. They replied pretty quickly with a try of their own outside on the wing.
Leotawa, into the left-hand side.
And then a cheeky little set piece that I think was a forward pass, if I'm being honest, but we'll let it slide.
Murray with a late inside ball. Perfectly done.
So we went into the halftime break at 14-all. Now I gotta say, personally, playing the game myself, I don't think I've ever been so fatigued in a rugby game. Not only was I running like a madman, I was trying to make frickin' tackles left, right, and centre.
Good defence. Some real hustle in defence.
Honestly, at halftime, I was stonkied, mate. I was absolutely gassed out of my mind. But literally nothing was going to take away from the fact that I was going to go and play the second half with everything that I had.
Johnson. What hell, Johnson. Good run from the lock.
So we come out, Riley kicks an absolutely insane, basically 50-meter kick on the angle to put us ahead. But obviously, Kings, the relentless son of a guns they are, came back, scored a disgusting little try.
The right end, fended inside ball, Chicago door. Chicago door runs in, passes in, Leotawa.
Again, borderline forward pass, but you know, who's judging? And then again, Josh Penny basically scores this try single-handedly alongside help from Gage.
Jackson, early ball for Penny. Penny spins around, yes.
Frickin' some more wizardry to put us back in front, and then it was defense central for the last 10 minutes of the game, literally holding out on our line for dear life, just making sure Kings do not get the upper hand. Poor Chicago on the other team, unfortunately, well, fortunately for us, obviously unfortunately for them, dropped the ball over the line and a super close call, almost try, but our defense remained strong. We held out the crown, the Lion at home prevailed, and final play of the game, we get a penalty, and I just got to the front. I was like, boys, tap this ball and give it to me, because I had full confidence I'd catch it, run it into contact, take it to ground, wind down the clock, and eventually kick it out for the win.
Well, time's up, kick it out, and they're going to win the game on the 125-year anniversary. Game number 211, Auckland Grammar, with a modest start to the 1A competition, win the game that matters in 2021 for them.
Obviously, we ran over, the support was absolutely insane. Everyone rushed the field, next level feeling. I've never had a feeling like that in my life. Probably, actually, definitely the best day of my life, hands down. I certainly do not take this for granted. I was super fortunate to be able to experience an occasion like this. Obviously, it took a tremendous amount of hard work to get there, but nonetheless, I don't take for granted for a second the support that was given to us from our school, the family, our friends, and even Kings for making it all possible. But obviously, it can't be the best Saturday of your life without going out that night and getting absolutely shit-faced. So that's what we did. We went out, we had a party in high school style, an absolute rager. To be honest, probably a few too many bibs, but if you're going to celebrate, you may as well celebrate hard. celebrate hard we certainly did, capping off an epic win over the school's biggest rivalries. The underdogs once again coming back to snatch victory out of the jaws of King's College, and man, what a day it was. Anyway guys, that is going to wrap up this video. If you enjoyed this video, please leave a like. If you're new to the channel, subscribe. I got more content coming on the way. Check out my Instagram. Obviously this channel is mostly fitness orientated. Send me a DM if you have any questions or if you want me to train you. Thank you guys for watching, and I will see you in a future video. Adios.